Some builds come together in a few weeks and there's nothing to them, and then they go and break the internet, like the upside down Camaro right here. 3 weeks, 11 years ago, and I'm still driving the thing. Glitchy, on the other hand, lived up to its name completely. This thing fought me tooth and nail for months. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, inexplicable things happening, stuff breaking. Finally get it all built, and it's badass. We take it on the hot rod power tour. My neighbor Mark and I spent the last week thrashing with me trying to get it done. We get to Bowling Green, Kentucky, totally stole the show. First day of the power tour, just crowds flocking to us everywhere we went. People were talking about it, said it was the talk of the tour. Day 4, it gets completely totaled. And I mean, it was cream. Got punted by a dump truck on the interstate in Louisville, Kentucky. It was just demolished. Both ends, the roof was bowed. It was just done. Heartbreak, had to call Mrs. Speedy Cop. She had to bring the trailer out 5 hours from home, load this thing up, brought it back to the garage. For a couple of months, I didn't even have the heart to work on it. Every time I looked at it, it was just depressing. It's just all that work, so many hours over so many months, just destroyed in a few minutes. That said, I said we have to get this thing back together, take it back out. So, spent another couple of months thrashing on it over the summer here. Finally got it done in time for a show in Huntsville. Went to Alabama with it, and guess who got to drive it?
How cool was that?
Just a good old boy.
Just gave me a hee-haw in my van as he went by.
We got the van leveled out, squared up. So we're checking our measurements from the ground up and then from the roof down to make sure we're gonna have a perfectly horizontal cut 360 degrees on this van.
Cool.
All right, we've got it marked 360 degrees here. We're not even gonna be able to keep the whole headlights, but we are parallel all the way around, nice and level. Measured from the ground up and from the roof down to double check it. Got the van nice and level, sitting on jack stands here. Taped, lining up where the cut's gonna be right on top of this tape. So, gonna make the world's shortest van. It's gonna be cool. Yep, all the way to ground. Can a Daihatsu Mira fit in a classic Volkswagen bus? The answer is yes. All right, maiden voyage for this Daihatsu Mira. First time in probably 15, 20 years. Been off the road a long time. The gas smells awful in this thing. I should have dumped some more fresh on top. Got to hold it right there.
How's the brakes feel?
What brake? What? Buddy. I guess some brakes.
Quiet. It's not a lot of rattling.
Knock it down hard. Start. Oh, that was it. Just got back and we are pissing. It looks like coolant here. Started recording just in time. So after you've perfectly cut your glass headlights, you then knock them off the table and shatter them and replace the glass with Lexan anyway. It happens. So we use industrial air cylinders that are 11 inches tall or 11 inches a stroke, and one on each corner here raises the VW up off of the little Daihatsu K car underneath. So here, I'll show you how it works. We've got an airlift 3-piece system. I got to push 4 buttons at once because we can't program this thing, because to program it you got to raise one end and then the other. We can't do that. We're on linear rails, so it stays perfectly aligned. Ready? We got 10 minutes doing the first repair here, a door adjustment, so we don't have to fight it.
Yeah, he said it's a K car.
Little Japanese K car, Daihatsu Mira inside. First real drama of the trip. The oil light started flickering at idle, and we're about out of oil. It's blowing out. Like that. We're fighting to get the mechanical fuel pump off the back of this little 659cc Daihatsu Mira motor, because it's pumping engine oil straight into the fuel tank, causing us to run like a 2-stroke and smoke out the neighborhood and stumble and die constantly. No, that was already broke. That's a horn wire, doesn't work. So it's after 2 o'clock in the morning, almost 2:15. TJ and I are still working on this thing. Hank and Jamie went to bed, but we are here. We made it, folks. Here's the main stage, L&N Stadium, Louisville, Kentucky, for the Hot Rod Power Tour 2024. Despite all the challenges, we've made many hundreds of miles in this thing. It's running better than ever, thanks to the help from the guys last night. Hank, Jamie, TJ, thank you guys so much for staying up almost 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get this thing going for us. You just worked wonders, driving so much better. So, day 3, our suspension just started randomly freaking out, going up and down in various corners. The front right went to max pressure and the body went sideways. Don't know what's going on with this new airlift system, but everything's dry and well connected. We've unplugged it and tried to reset it. We're trying to figure out what the problem is. We're only 20 minutes or so from the venue, and Hot Rod Magazine wants us at the main stage today with this thing, which is really cool, but we got to get there. I hope we can figure this out quickly. It's not going to be good if we can't. We made it. It was not easy, and it's 4 p.m., but we are at Nashville Super Speedway. Praise the Lord. Somebody in a dump truck just ended our power tour. I'm just have a look. It's done for now. We will fix it and bring it back, but for now, nothing we can do. Spun us, turned us into the wall. Oh, this is heartbreaking. Glitchy has glitched out. This sucks so bad. Our power tour is done. Fortunately, the side door and the back door are still open, but this is caved in. This is really caved in. We're hoping we can save the bus so we don't have to replace the whole shell. This is bad though. The nose and door are gone. We might be able to pull the A-pillar out there. I think we can save this door. This side didn't take damage over here. It was a hard hit. Our engineering held up well. All of our linear guide rails are intact. Our air cylinders are intact. The Daihatsu inside is pretty much intact. We got a little damage on the front left where the radiator is at the bottom. Down there. We're trying to pull that out just now. Not the update we wanted to give y'all, not the ending we wanted for this video, but this is where we are. Things happen. We're okay, that's what matters. We'll fix it, bring it back out. Not this year. Got the VW bus back home. Got to get it unwrapped and unloaded, put back in the garage, start assessing the damage. This is depressing, y'all. Alright folks, I have 1 week to fix this Volkswagen bus, take it to the show in Huntsville, Alabama. Time to get started. This thing has some heavy, heavy damage. I tried to pull the nose back straight with my skid steer. Managed to put a pretty good tweak in the roof doing so. Bodywork is not my forte. Get a nice kink right there. Nose doesn't look so bad, except it's kinked, it's buckled, and it's crushed on that left side. Passenger side survived. Got a few dings in the paint. We can touch those up. Got to pull the hatch off the rear, pull the glass out of the hatch, try to save it. And I actually pulled this corner out quite a bit, but you see this corner of the roof is still dipped down from where this was caved in. So I'm going to save this taillight. It did not break. Get it out of there. Cut this corner out. And then see if I can't cut the pieces off the parts bus and get them out here. The parts bus is just outside there. You can see. So I got to pull that door off of that one, pull some other pieces off.
Go to the roof. Of course. I don't know quite how to get in there.
It's even harder to get into General Lee, isn't it?
Well, shit. Ow. Go.
It's gonna hurt in the morning.
It's gonna hurt right now.
Damn, John. You just run up and jump in like usual.
Maybe.
Made it now.
Holy shit. You're almost there. You're almost there. This is how my dad had his stroke. No way. Wait a minute.
Step back
You're
just
in.
a little bit. Thank you.
Woo!
Oh my God! Come out through the top, John.
I'm gonna jump out through the top.
I'm gonna raise you up. How you want to go? All the way or just a little?
I don't know.
All right, lean your head forward a little bit. I don't know. We'll keep you down.
Now he's not going to be able to see one way or the
Where
other.
did I go?
Level-ish.
Is it in neutral right now?
Check it and see.
I
He
did.
said check it and see.
You have to give it a lot of gas. It's a turd.
I'll be right back.
I feel like he's not going to be right back.
Yeah, he's gone.
Frankie, you got it.
Oh, that's great. Oh my God, how much fun is that? That went out the same door.
Give him a chair.
Going out the top. Oh, that's Duke style. I got into third gear. I would go more than 20, but I got third gear.
You want to jump or you want to shoulder?
I don't know.
I ain't that old.
I think I'll jump.
Good job.
Okay, it's all right. Nothing to see here.
All right.
Oh, that was great. What year is this?
72. Same year as me. Good year.
72, same year as you. Well, God, that.
It's a hot top with vest, but it's fun.
What's underneath it?
A 91 Daihatsu Mira K car.
91 Daihatsu.
Mira. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Made our year.
And you painted the right color.
The right color for sure.
Put an 01 on it, it'll go faster.
Oh.
Mr. Block. Mr. Speedy. How
So-
cool was that?
Bo Duke from Dukes of Hazzard just gave me a hee-haw in my van as he went by.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
Certainly made our trip.
Yes, it did.
Yep. Good stuff.
Good job, Glitchy.
Glitchy is not the first Volkswagen I've done. My friends and I built this a few years back. This is the Trippy Tippy Hippie Van. It's a 76 Volkswagen Camper on an 88 Volkswagen Rabbit. So it's a bunny and a bus. We actually raced that in the 24 Hours of Lemons. It's got one-way vinyl, so you can see out this entire undercarriage and through the nose. And it's a lot of fun to drive. Not a ball of fire, probably 150 horsepower, so not super fast, but really fun around a road course. And watching the reactions of the other drivers as you're driving it, it's tremendous. Like, we had guys walk up to it on Friday, stick their heads inside of it, take pictures, and on Saturday come around a corner and see me and panic and lock wheels up and slide off the track. Their brain just tells them it's wrong, even though they know about it. It's a lot of fun. For those not familiar with the Japanese class of K cars, it's KEI. They're a little microcar class in Japan. They can only be a certain physical size, which is really tiny, and they have to have no more than 660 cc's of displacement. So a tiny little engine, usually 3-cylinder like this one. Some are 4-cylinder, maybe 40 horsepower on a good day, so it's not a lot of power. But it's a good handling little car, and it gets great fuel economy. So the Japanese K cars are all right-hand drive because they do come from Japan. They're made for Japan markets. And you have to get used to shifting with your left hand, which is a little weird if you haven't done it before. So to cut glass headlights, you actually have to take a diamond cutting wheel like a Dremel and then some water to keep it cool and take your time and go really slowly. I was able to cut both glass headlights successfully, and then I knocked one off the table and shattered the lens, and what we have now is 2 Lexan panels in place of the glass. So that's another option. It works just fine. I'm going to take another pair of glass headlights and replace these so it looks a little better, but the Lexan does do the job. So this trend of cutting vehicles laterally in the middle is called the bandsaw trend, where you cut them and drop them down like they're glitching out half in the ground. Every other one I've ever seen anywhere in the world has been just on a go-kart frame where it's not street legal. This has got all the lights and everything working, completely street legal, and that's what sets it apart, I think. And also, I mean, the actual look when it's down like this, it's like a video game glitching out where it's half in the ground, hence the name Glitchy. I couldn't get Glitchy for my license plate, so I just got Glitch. So I'm right here in Tennessee by the tail of the dragon, outside of Knoxville. And Knoxville is where the Tennessee Vols are based, and this is Tennessee Vols colors. So we're hoping to do some stuff with the team in the stadium, maybe drive it into the stadium for a game here with the team walking in with me. It's called the Tennessee Vol Walk, and I think they're going to dig this thing. So if you've seen some of the other Speedy Cop builds, like the Spirit of Lemons, they're driving that for almost 12 years. It's a road race car made out of an old airplane that runs a 12-second quarter mile with no traction. This is our Pacer fishbowl. It's got 2 Pacer back halves on an MR2. It's actually a really quick car around a road course. Got the upside down Camaro I've been driving for more than 11 years now. That's the one Leno drove me around in for his show. And then the Trippy Tippy Hippie van, you got Glitchy. And then I've got Eleanor and this 36 Packard that belonged to my uncle, my late uncle, and I'm going to restore that fully. That's not going to get modified at all, just be made all original again. Eleanor I have big dreams for, but when I get the money to finish it, it's going to be wild. I want to do a Coyote motor with the turbo. I want to build it right. Aftermarket, independent suspension and stuff like that. She's going to be sick. So if you like cars that are weird, different, unusual, like my stuff right here, like and subscribe for me, comment below, let me know what you think and what you want to see next. I've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline, some really cool builds coming up, so stay tuned and subscribe. Thanks, guys.